Jackie. Tonight we are talking the Cornetto Trilogy. We are supposed to have one more person. Hopefully he shows up. Anywho, until then, did everybody watch the trilogy? Yes? No? Maybe? Perhaps? All right,
Yes.
cool.
Yes,
Yes?
sir.
All right. Yeah, feel free to talk, guys. You know, talking aloud. Anywho.
Um, I saw it. I enjoyed two of the three. Um, I think I'm just starting to realize I'm just not a zombie person. I'm just a
Hang on,
zombie
I can
gamer.
barely hear you, so hold on, let me see if it's the sound on my end or is
Is it
it
you two, Ace, or is it me?
does he sound
That
low to you or is it just me?
It's not just you.
Okay. Yeah, can you turn your sound up, Elias? Okay. All right, how about me? Is my sound okay?
uh yeah, you sound good.
Okay. All right, I can
Yeah,
hear you now.
I enjoyed two of the three. I'm just starting to realize I'm not a zombie movie guy. I'm a zombie gamer guy. I don't know. I guess zombie movies just don't do it for me, or shows.
So you didn't like
But
Shaun of the Dead?
nah, but the other two I loved with a dying passion. I thought it was great. I kind of hope that there's sequels in the future. Like, shit was awesome.
Okay, so to clarify, tonight we're talking the Cornetto trilogy, and the Cornetto trilogy is a trilogy. It's three movies done by. They're directed by Edgar Wright and written by Edgar Wright and I almost said Sean Penn and Simon Pegg. And Simon Pegg stars in all of them, and you've got like about four or five actors that are in all three movies. Another tie that binds is Cornetto, which in World's End you don't really see it eaten. You just see a wrapper for it. But all three movies you see Cornetto ice cream. That's why it's called the Cornetto trilogy. They're different characters, so it's not like you don't see the same character in all three movies. It's not like a sequel kind of situation, but it's just a series of movies that Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright wrote together. Edgar Wright directed, Simon Pegg starred in, and they're goofy and funny, and they all have something supernatural or extra worldly, I should say, going on. Shaun of the Dead is the first one, and it has zombies. And Hot Fuzz is the second one, and it has, I guess it's not really supernatural for the Hot Fuzz, but it's like a secret society. And then World's End has aliens. So they're fun. So you didn't like Hot Fuzz? Or no, wait, sorry, it was Shaun of the Dead. You didn't like Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. I got the I got the whole premise and stuff, and it wasn't a bad movie. I don't want to like I just want to get that out there now. I think all three are pretty great movies. It's just the Shaun of the Dead was just the first one that I saw. I don't know if I was supposed to see it in order. I forgot the order, but I saw it and it just wasn't for me. Like I was like when I first saw Shaun of the Dead, I thought the others were gonna come off of like because when I saw trilogy, I thought it was gonna be all connected. So when I saw Shaun of the Dead, I was like, ah, crap, this is gonna be a long fucking trilogy. But then Hot Fuzz came on, and then it was like a shot of fucking cocaine down my body, and I was like, oh my god, this shit is great. I was like, I love this movie. I was like, they should make a whole show on Comedy Central just of this movie for years. But yeah.
Okay. And now you finally get Ace's reference to the when she was doing the singing part.
Oh.
What song is that they were doing?
I don't even remember. That is like just my favorite part of the entire movie. That's the one thing that always sticks with me.
Like,
yeah, you're right. They do kind of a quasi Death Becomes Her moment. Oh, I see a little one.
Yeah, she just woke up.
I see a small Death Becomes, like when the person like stands up in Shaun of the Dead, you could see through him. Yeah.
I guess I would say in that movie, I didn't think the big dude was gonna die, or I guess he didn't die. I didn't think he was gonna transition to a zombie. And then I kind of like how in the end they're like playing video games, still being best friends. I was like, man, that's so great. Like, even though your friend is toxic and dying and he's probably not good for you, you're still gonna play video games with him. I feel that. That's pretty dope. That was a great message. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I like about that movie.
What is that sound? It sounds like a cricket, but I think it's somebody's electronics. Now I hear a heartbeat. What the hell? What is on the other end with you guys?
I hear the heartbeat as well. It's actually mad funny. I don't know why. Every time somebody mentions a heartbeat, I hear it as well.
I never hear a heartbeat.
I just heard it just now. Right after I was like, what's the cricket sound? Then I heard the heartbeat.
I heard the ee.
Okay, I don't hear a heartbeat now. There's no heartbeat now. But yeah, there's like a weird cricket sound. What is that? Where'd it come from?
I hear
it's you, Ace.
Considering all I did was just move my headset for the first time and you're talking about cricket sounds, it is not me.
No. When I heard the cricket sound, your level went up, but you weren't speaking.
You mean when I was moving my headset? Literally, just now. I watched my level go up as I moved my headset.
No, not when you were moving your headset. Before that.
When I was moving, my chair makes noises and everything, but that's the first time I've moved.
Okay, we're going to figure it out. Okay, Elias is on mute, so it's not him. I'm going to go on mute and we'll see.
I like how they're sitting here on mute, like this is like dead air or some shit.
Good for this show. This is brought to you by Rep Sports, everybody. Go to repsports.com, use promo code VOPUSA Radio.
What are you promoting on my show?
I have no idea. It was just dead air, and I didn't want Dan or Ace to yell at us. So I'm
trying to find the source of the crickets. Anywho, okay. So, reading the synopsis for Shaun of the Dead. It's a 2004 horror comedy directed by Edgar Wright, written by Wright and Simon Pegg, who stars as Shaun, along with friend Ed, played by Nick Frost. Nick Frost is the guy that you were talking about. He's in all of these movies with him. Okay, so in Crouch End, love the name, London, electronics salesman Shaun has no direction in his life. He is disrespected by his colleagues, especially Noel, does not get along with his stepfather Philip, and is dumped by his girlfriend Liz. Heartbroken, Shaun gets drunk with Ed, his slacker best friend, at their favorite pub, the Winchester. At home, Shaun and Ed's flatmate Pete complains of a bite wound from a mugger and berates Shaun into getting his life together. By morning, a zombie apocalypse has overwhelmed London. Shaun and Ed are slow to notice until they encounter two zombies in their garden, whom they beat to death with a shovel and cricket bat. They devise a plan to rescue Liz and Barbara, Shaun's mother, and then wait out the crisis in the Winchester. They escape in Pete's car and pick up Philip, who's already been bitten, and Barbara. They then use Philip's car to pick up Liz and her flatmates, David and Diane. Philip reconciles with Shaun before becoming a zombie. The group abandon the car and sneak through their London neighborhood, running into friends and evading zombies by imitating them. They take refuge inside the Winchester, where Shaun discovers that the Winchester rifle above the bar is functional. Barbara reveals she was bitten along the way and dies after giving Liz and Shaun's relationship her approval. David attempts to shoot Barbara, but Shaun stops him, causing the group to argue. Shaun accuses David of being in love with Liz, which Diane admits. Shaun, distraught, is forced to shoot Barbara when she reanimates. Zombies break into the pub, devouring David, and Diane rushes into the horde in a vain attempt to save him. The zombified Pete appears and bites Ed, and Shaun shoots and kills Pete. Sean, Liz, and Ed take cover behind the bar, which Sean sets ablaze before the trio take refuge in the cellar. Realizing they only have 2 bullets left, Sean and Liz contemplate suicide when Ed elects to be devoured by the zombies. Sean discovers a keg lift that opens out into the street, and Ed volunteers to stay with the rifle as the zombies break in. The arriving British army guns down the horde and takes Sean and Liz to safety. 6 months later, civilization has returned to normal, and surviving zombies are used as cheap labor and entertainment. Liz has moved in with Sean, and Sean keeps the zombified Ed tethered in his shed where they play video games together. So that is the. So let's start with the first one. Let's start with Shaun of the Dead, which is your least favorite because you're not a big fan of, or Elias's least favorite because he's not a big fan of zombies. Aside from the zombies, did you think it was funny at least?
I actually that was what I was gonna say. I thought it was really funny, like when they wanted to.
Yo, Elias, that's you.
You guys can't hear me?
Yeah,
Now
I can hear.
can.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I did find it funny. I thought it was very funny when they wanted to leave Philip, and he was trying to talk to her, and he was like, "Yo, Philip is like, we gotta leave him," and she's like, "No, you just never liked him," and he's like, "Nah, bro, he gotta go," and I found that extremely funny, and I was down with it. I was like, "Yo, bro, Philip gotta go, bro. Like, he got bit. That's I don't know why you even picked up your mom." As far as I'm concerned, if that was my mom and my dad, I'm like, yo, my mom is gone, my dad is gone. I hope they're okay. So I thought that was pretty funny. Another thing that I found kind of dumb. Well, not dumb. I was just like, man, it's like when she got bit and then she was dead, and then the nerdy dude that loved the female main character, I forget all these names, but he was trying to kill the mom. And then the son was like, "Nah, bro, you only want to kill my mom because you love Lizzie or some shit." And I was like, "What? How did you connect that together?" And then everybody's like, "Yo, it's fucking true. Yo, I knew it. I always knew it." I thought that was very funny. I was like, "What the holy fuck is going on here?" I was like, "Shoot her right now. Fuck this other stuff." That was kind of funny.
Hi, Thomas.
When he was fighting and then the bigger dude was like on his phone, that was the best part. I was like, yo, that's so goals. That's definitely me if you guys are being attacked by a bear.
What's definitely you?
When the main character was fighting the zombie in the woods, and then the bigger dude was on his phone.
Oh.
With David, I think that's his name, the other guy. And then he was just looking at him like, "Bro, help me." And then he was just on his phone like, "Yo, what do you want me to do? He's a zombie. I'm not. I don't have powers." That was like, I was like, man, I feel that so much. Like, yo, that's definitely me. Like, if you guys were attacked by a bear.
Okay. I think you got that backwards. It'd be if you were attacked, we'd be the ones that you're calling for help for while we stand there and go, man. Kind of like the frog.
You know, I would definitely respect it too. I'm not gonna lie. After Shaun of the Dead, I understand how you guys didn't help me with the frog. I get it. I had to do it myself. I had to defend myself. I understand that. It gives me clarity.
Okay. What about you, Ace?
Out of all 3 movies, this has always been my favorite. The other 2, meh. This one, I don't know. It was the thing that it made me like these actors to begin with. Otherwise, I probably would have never cared for any of their movies because immediately my first thought was it was a lot like that dude that plays Elf. I can't stand that fucking actor to save my soul or any of his movies. Yeah, nope, can't stand him. Don't like him. Don't even say his name. I don't know why. I just don't like him. It's the stupid humor. And I guess maybe what it was is this wasn't overplayed the first time that I saw it. Whereas by the time Will Ferrell became big, everybody was so busy talking about his movies, I was beyond annoyed. But overall, that movie is like the epitome of zombie comedy. Typically, you watch zombie movies and it's the scare factor and what if you were in this situation? Whereas with this movie, it's kind of like, yo, if I had an idiot friend like this and we were fighting zombies, why would we be throwing albums and all this shit that they're doing? You're like, there's some more like intelligent things you could do to damage the brain, but we're throwing albums. And look, we scored. We got an album in your head. Let's keep throwing. Hold on, this one, nope. And that would be me and you. We'd be going through the DVDs and the albums, going, nope, not that one. Nope, that's a classic. Nope, not that one. I'm sitting here like, yep.
I mean, I'd like to think that you could give us a little bit more credit. We'd at least be throwing CDs. I feel like CDs they're more like a throwing star.
We'd still even be fighting though. Like, no, that was a classic. You can't. No, that one's got so-and-so's signature. Probably. You can't do it.
But I mean, also, I would like to think that if they were zombies, we wouldn't wait until they were literally in our backyard, because there were scenes that he's walking through, and they're like, from the beginning of the movie, there were zombies in the picture. And he's just walking right past them, not even paying attention.
Oblivious as fuck. Like, no clue that something seems strange. Like, how are you not noticing that something's not right, bro? Nothing? Okay.
Right. But I do, like, the one thing I like about this, probably the most, is the fact that with this movie, there are like two kinds of zombies. They're the literal, like the physical zombies, and then there's like the metaphorical zombies, because it shows him on his day-to-day, because that's kind of like the subtext to the plot, because his girlfriend left him because he wasn't doing anything with his life, right? And you see him like on the bus, on the train, everybody looks zombified. And you see him like walking to work, everybody looks zombified. So it's kind of like this metaphor of like the day-to-day grind, everybody turns into a zombie. And that, I think that was what they were trying to say. Like, the reason why he didn't notice that everybody had become zombies is because everybody's already zombies, like metaphorically. So he's just like, it was not that big a difference.
Same shit, different day.
Pretty much. Another thing I found funny is, like, it's interesting to me when you watch these movies back to back, the elements that are in all three movies. Like, when you watch this movie, the first thing he does is he tries to go over, not first thing, but like in this movie, like towards the end, he tries to go over a fence and he fails miserably. Like, he goes over the first one, but he falls. The second one, he just crashes into. And then when you get to Hot Fuzz, he's zipping over fences like an Olympian. And it's almost the exact, like, I feel like all three of these movies were shot in the exact same set, like on the same plot of land. They just used the same set and they just changed the name of the bars for each movie, because all three movies feature bars heavily. Like, that's a main location for all of them.
Correction, they're pubs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't British enough. Yes.
No, you weren't British enough. They're pubs.
Okay. So all three movies feature pubs. And they're all like, I feel like it's all the same pub. Because, like, even when you get to World's End, they're walking into different pubs. And the first few that they walk in are literally the exact same thing. They just changed the name outside. And then it's not till you get to the last one, which is the same one that was the Winchester and Shaun of the Dead. So I just think that's interesting. But I like the little things that happen. So it's kind of like a progression. So if there are characters that stay the same, it's the bars. It's the scenery. The scenery is the exact same in all three movies. Anything else on Shaun of the Dead?
I'm really I just like the big dude in that. He was just me. I just thought of him, and I was like, "Yo,
super quiet again."
Oh, damn it! Yeah, can you guys hear me better now?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I was just saying, like, the big dude that was in. I forget his name. What's his name, Jackie? Again, so I can stop saying that.
You mean the best friend?
Yeah,
Nick Frost.
Best friend. Nick Frost. Yeah, him in that. Like, that's just me. Like, I'll definitely get eaten. I'll probably put up a good fight, but if the zombies break away my one move that I have, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna be one of them. Like, so I really felt that. I didn't think it got that. I didn't think Shaun of the Dead was that gory until David, I think that's his name, was dying. and they
Mhm.
literally ripped out his intestines.
Mhm.
I was like,
And then
"Holy
ripped off
fuck!"
his limbs.
Yeah, and then like, and then the girlfriend threw it back at the zombies. Was like, "Yo, I thought that was love." I was like, "Man, that's great. If my future wife doesn't do that when I get eaten by zombies, then she was never the one, to be honest."
Okay. All right, on to Hot Fuzz. Hot
Oh
Fuzz
yeah.
is a 2007 action comedy co-written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, directed by Edgar Wright. Plot: PC Nicholas Angel. By the way, PC is it's a cop basically. PC Nicholas Angel, a high-achieving officer of the London Metropolitan Police Service, is promoted to sergeant, but his colleagues arrange for him to be reassigned to the small rural town of Sandford. Oh, this is going to be fun. Gloucestershire. I I don't know if I pronounced that right. I probably didn't.
Butchered it. You butchered it.
I did. Yeah, there you go. A regular Village of the Year winner. Angel is soon frustrated by the mundane nature of the village and his lazy and incompetent colleagues. His partner, PC Danny Butterman, is a fan of buddy cop films and son of Inspector Frank Butterman, Angel's superior. Martin Blower and Eve Draper. Where the hell did they come up with these names? The two lead actors of a local production of Romeo and Juliet, whom Angel had pulled over earlier for speeding, are murdered by a cloaked figure wielding an axe who disguises it as a car accident. Angel is the only officer who suspects foul play. Sent to resolve a dispute, Angel discovers a stash of illegal weapons, including an old naval mine, and locks them in the police station. Angel warms to Danny, and they binge watch action movies at Danny's home. That night, wealthy land developer George Merchant is attacked in his home by the cloaked figure and killed in a deliberate gas explosion. Angel suspects that the killings are connected to a recent property deal. A local journalist, Tim Messenger, approaches Angel at a church, claiming to have information, but another cloaked figure dislodges the spire atop the church's steeple, which falls and crushes Messenger's head, killing him. Leslie Tiller, the village florist, tells Angel about her plans to sell her house to Merchant's business partners. While Angel is distracted, she is stabbed in the neck with her garden shears. Angel gives chase but loses the killer. Angel suspects Simon Skinner, the sinister manager of the local supermarket, as the property deal would have built a rival supermarket, but Skinner has an alibi. Angel is attacked in his hotel room by one of Skinner's employees, Michael Lurch Armstrong. Angel knocks him out and learns of a secret neighborhood watch alliance, which is NWA, meeting at Sandford Castle. Angel confronts the NWA, led by Frank, who reveals that they carried out the murders staged as accidents for various petty reasons, as each victim supposedly threatened Sandford's chances of winning Village of the Year. Frank's motive is his late wife Irene had put everything into helping Sandford win the first Village of the Year, but travelers ruined their chances the night before the judges arrived, driving her to suicide. Angel flees and falls into Castle's catacombs, where he finds the corpses of the NWA's other victims. Danny appears and fakes killing Angel, pretending to dispose of the body. Danny drives Angel away and urges him to return to London for his own safety. At a gas station, while paying for petrol, gasoline, Angel sees a rack of films he and Danny bonded over and decides to return to Sandford. The next day, Angel arms himself with the confiscated guns. He and Danny engage in a shootout with the NWA. I'm sorry, but that was just funny. When Frank sends the other officers to arrest him, Angel and Danny convince them that Frank is the culprit. Frank flees and the officers besiege the supermarket. With Skinner fleeing in a car with Frank after a car chase, Angel corners Skinner at a motel version of the village, and Skinner is impaled through the jaw by a miniature church steeple, while Frank is caught after being attacked by a swan that Angel and Danny had in their car earlier. Angel's former superiors arrive and ask him to return to London, as the crime rate has risen heavily in his absence. But Angel decides to remain in Sandford. While the Sandford police are going over the paperwork of the arrest, the elderly Tom Weaver, the last NWA member, bursts into the station wielding a blunderbuss. He shoots at Angel, but Danny jumps in front. In the resulting struggle, Weaver accidentally activates the naval mine, killing himself and destroying the station. 1 year later, Angel has been promoted to inspector and head of the Sandford police, and Danny is Sergeant. After visiting Irene's grave, the two drive off to their next crime scene. So yeah, I can't pronounce old British town words. And let's talk about Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can. I think that's why George Washington made America. He was like, I'm tired of these fucking names. It's just create regular names like Oklahoma. But that movie I was gonna say when I finished it, I was like, this is definitely gonna be my favorite movie because I didn't think how great World's End was.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a big fan of the cop things. I love how they were literally making fun of almost every single cop movie that I can fucking think of. I thought it was great. I thought it wasn't corny, Like a lot of these movies gave me a small like scary movie vibes, but done correctly. Like it wasn't so corny. The jokes didn't overstay their welcome. It wasn't really tongue in cheek. It was really great. It was classy. It was, and I like when I saw Hot Fudge, I wasn't even high, and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely resaw it high. I enjoyed it more. But that movie was fucking fun. I love that the first movie, Shaun of the Dead, he was like a worthless bum, and then in Hot Fuzz, he's like this prestigious, all-star, badass cop, you know? And then and then even I love like one of my favorite scenes, like literally the killer comes up to him, literally is like, yo, I'm the killer. He's like, what? He's like, haha, I'm just playing. Like literally will tell him, like, yo, I'm gonna kill that dude later. Like no one takes it serious or no one thinks it's nothing. And then they're like, yeah, that's just an accident. Yeah, that's just an accident. Like literally a lady gets stabbed in the neck, right? The flower lady. She gets stabbed in like her neck collarbone part thing, right? And then they're like, yeah, that was an accident. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like I'm raging out as the dude's raging out. And I'm like, yeah, man, talk your shit, King. This is crazy. And they're like, nobody's listening. And at that point, I knew. I was like, nah, they're all in on it. I was like, this has to be why. I was like, they're either that dumb or they're all in on it. But I didn't think that the captain was in on it. That actually hurt my heart. I was like, man, I thought he was actually cool. He was the dad of the best friend. It made sense. I was like, oh man, what a great trio team. The boss, the two friends. But nah, he became a fucking Illuminati and shit. But I love that movie. That movie was great. I could definitely watch that. That's definitely one of the movies I'll put in the I could watch probably 1,000 times back to back.
Okay. Ace?
Yeah, overall, my biggest thing was that was some fucked up ways to die.
You mean the way he took him out at the end, or the way that they all died, like the people died in
The
the
way the
beginning?
people died throughout the movie, like okay, the whole the church or
The
whatever it
steeple?
was when the fucking steeple came down. I was
Yep.
like, really?
Yo, that was worse than Final Destination type shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the hooded black figure because that's not overplayed in any movie. I was like, yo, there you go. And we're running. And you're not going to catch them. It doesn't work this way. You have to wait till later in the movie.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing, though. It has to be a hooded black figure, because if it's a hooded white figure,
Oh, ouch.
yeah. So
I mean, it could have been hooded red figure. Let's play some Little Red Riding Hood in this.
that's good. No, because you want to blend in. It's gonna stand out. You can't use
Okay.
colors.
Wow, they
No comment.
actually wow, the Tiki Whites really did ruin white hooded figures for us in Hollywood.
The what?
The Tiki Whites really ruined hooded white figures in Hollywood. Like, it just leaves a really bad stigma. I didn't really think about that.
Well, think
Coins.
about it. They like to play the concept that black is bad. Everything that's bad is considered black, like a black cat, bad luck.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I wish my
Um,
cat was bad luck.
coin stamp, it said Assassin's Creed, hood and white figure. Nope, not Assassin's Creed. We're talking Hot Fuzz, but I do know you're talking about Assassin's Creed. One of the characters has a hooded. Well, is it one of them or all of them?
All of the
I
Creed,
I've
yeah,
never played the game.
all of the assassins in the Creed wear the white hoods. Yeah, that's like the uniform. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But what was your favorite accident?
Aw, look at the little kiddo. It's so cute. Favorite, right? I was agreeing. He was a protagonist, though. You have a great point. I think he was talking to Ace on that one. Um, favorite accident?
Yeah, quote unquote.
Probably the steeple.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of one that was better, but that was really great. I would say the smartest one was um the gas leak. I thought that was really great. Cooking bacon and beans, and then I was like, holy shit, that's actually fucking smart as hell. But yeah, the staple was definitely that was
Actually, I think the smartest one. There are two that are smart. The two that are the smartest were the first couple and the steeple, because the steeple, like, they were there to prepare the roof so they could be like, oh, it was an accident, a piece of the roof fell off, that's why we have to repair it. And then with the
mm,
two, with the Romeo and Juliet, they made it look like a car accident. Like, yeah, they were both beheaded, but they made it look like they were in a car accident and got decapitated, as
yeah.
opposed to, like, with the gas leak. That to me wasn't the smartest, simply because they beat him first and then, like, have the explosion. Again, when the firefighters come through and they put everything back together, they can be like, oh, he died of, like, a coroner can find the body and be like, oh, he died of blunt force trauma, not of the explosion.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the others, like, when they decapitated them, they set it up to look like they were decapitated in a car accident, and you can't tell, like, when they see the severed head, like, you can't tell that they were decapitated. Like, it's not an exact science as to, like, oh, they were decapitated this way or they were decapitated that way.
Yeah.
You just see that they were decapitated.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you could actually believe, like, yeah, they got into a car accident. And, like, with the church steeple, like, that was in broad daylight. Nobody knows that it was pushed because, like they said in the movie, like, yeah, it was already, like, we were there for that.
We were
You
trying to figure
just now got that coin. Damn it.
wow.
Oh, damn. Wow. Anyway. Yeah, no, we were not actually talking about Assassin's Creed. That took you a minute, though. Um Anywho, yeah, I think those two actually seemed more like an accident. The shears were the worst because not only was it in broad daylight, it was like, that was not it was clearly not an accident. And they were sloppy because they left a witness, because the cop was right there when it happened.
Oh, do we count what happened to the main guy? Remember when he had that fence put through his mouth? Does that count as an accident?
What main guy?
Remember at the end when the main bad guy, the Stickins, whatever his weird name is, he gets like he's falling and then he lands on the fence, and the fence goes through the bottom of his mouth.
Oh, okay. You mean the steeple goes through his thing?
Yeah, does
Yeah.
that's the that counts as an accident, right? I guess.
I mean, it technically is an accident, but it's the only actual accident.
Oh
The
shit!
rest
Yeah,
weren't
actually,
accidents.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Accidents
it's
is,
actually a
I just said.
non quote unquote accident. It's a real accident.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
fucking
only
crazy.
actual accident in the movie. The rest weren't accidents.
Holy fuck! Wow, mind fucking blown. I love that movie. That movie is great. That movie is fucking amazing. Ace, what's your favorite accident?
I already told you the steeple.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so on to the World's End. World's End is a 2013 science fiction comedy directed by Edgar Wright. Guess who wrote it? Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. Starring Simon Pegg. Gary King, a 40-year-old alcoholic, retains the mindset and immaturity of his teenage years, whereas his four boyhood friends, Oliver Chamberlain, Peter Page, Stephen Prince, and Andrew Knightley, have all matured. The four have become estranged from Gary until one day, attempting to recapture his youth, he contacts and invites them to complete the Golden Mile, a pub crawl encompassing the 12 pubs of their hometown in Newton Haven, the last of them being the World's End. The group attempted to crawl as teens 23 years previously, but failed to reach the final 3 pubs. Andy, now a teetotaler due to a drunk driving accident years ago involving him and Gary, reluctantly agrees to join the others. At the second pub, the Old Familiar, the group encounters Oliver's sister, Sam, who Gary and Stephen fought over in school. In the teenage crawl, Gary had sex with Sam in the toilets of the 7th pub. It's really weird that, like, Brits and Aussies call the restrooms toilets, because I'm like, that's so gross. Anyway, in the 7th pub, the two-headed dog. Early into the crawl, the town residents appear eerily stoic and do not seem to recognize the group, except for the barman of the 3rd pub, the famous Cock, who tells them that they are barred. In the 4th pub, the Crosshands, the group begins berating Gary for his childishness and lack of empathy. Angry and upset, Gary goes to the toilet. Oh my God, just say bathroom. Where he gets into a fight with a teenager and knocks his head off. Literally. Exposing him as an android. As Gary's friends find him in the bathroom, initially to confront him about lying over his mother's death, the other members of the teen's gang, all of whom are also androids, filled with the blue ink-like substance, enter the bathroom and engage in battle against the human friends. The group realizes that the entire town has been replaced with android simulants. In shock, Andy abandons his teetotal lifestyle. Gary urges them to continue the pub crawl to avoid suspicion. At the trusty servant, Gary and his friends learn that the androids want to improve humanity after Gary tries to buy some herbal refreshment. He was buying drugs. He was trying to buy weed. Discovering that drug dealer Trevor is in league with the androids, Oliver is put out of commission after pint 6, being replaced by an android lookalike while he used the bathroom off screen. See, you could say bathroom there. Anywho, the group bumps into Sam once more at the Two-Headed Dog, where prosperous galactic conglomerate with humanity working wait, sorry, I skipped a whole line. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Okay. The group bumps into Sam once more at the Two-Headed Dog, where Gary, Sam, and Steven fight a pair of twin androids. She tags along with them to the Mermaid, where Steven discovers that the androids are trying to build a prosperous galactic conglomerate with humanity working alongside them, and that any humans refusing to be replaced with identical stimulants. And that's so weird. That's not a sentence. And that any humans refusing to be replaced with identical stimulants. That's just it. Okay, somebody needs to edit Wikipedia. Anywho, when the group arrives at the Beehive, the androids attempt to convince the humans to join their assimilation. Unwilling to lose their humanity and finding out that Oliver has been replaced, the situation goes mental as the group fights against the world. After escaping the Beehive, the situation worsens. Gary lets Sam, the only one sober enough to drive safely, go to escape Newton Haven herself. Pete gets captured after attacking the android that replaced his childhood bully, and Gary ditches his remaining friends at the King's Head to finish the Golden Mile. Andy and Steven chase after Gary with the rest of Newton Haven, although Steven gets captured at the Hole in the Wall after attempting to drive the remaining humans out of town. Andy finally catches up to Gary at the World's End and confronts him, provoking a fight. During their scuffle, Andy shares that his marriage is troubled and Gary's wrists reveal a recent suicide attempt. Andy tries to stop Gary from drawing his final pint, but Gary clings to completing the mile, saying it is the only thing in life he can achieve. When Gary pulls the lever to pour himself a pint, the floor lowers into a hidden chamber. A disembodied alien entity known as the Network tells them that the simulant invasion has been responsible for the technological advances in telecommunication over recent decades as part of a first step to joining a galactic community. The network offers Gary eternal youth if he becomes a simulant, but he refuses, along with Andy and Steven, who has survived. Gary gets into a foul mouthed debate with the network, calling out the tyranny in the latter's plan and demanding that humanity be left to its own devices. Eventually, the network, exasperated, abandons the invasion and departs, and the departure triggers an electromagnetic pulse. Sam comes back to rescue the remaining humans and manages to head for the hills before the town is destroyed, though they are unable to escape the pulse that deactivates her car. Sometime later, the departure of the network has triggered a worldwide blackout that destroyed all electrical power on Earth, sending humanity back to the Dark Ages. The remaining simulants have reactivated, achieving independence from the network, but are mistrusted and shunned by most of the surviving humans. Andy's marriage has recovered, Steven is in a relationship with Sam, and the simulant versions of Peter and Oliver have assumed a semblance of their former selves. In the ruins of Newton Haven, the now sober Gary enters a pub with the simulant versions of his younger friends and orders water. When the bartender refuses to serve simulants, Gary leads his new friends into a brawl. So, what did I miss? Get your interview skills together. What? Okay. All right. So, the world's end. The end. The end is nigh. Okay. That's a show, by the way. That is one of my co-hosts, Doug. Doug is one of my co-hosts on the podcast side. Not that you would know it this month because nobody bothered to fucking record anything. So, yeah. Maybe next month. Who knows? Anywho, so yeah, that was The World's End. Thoughts, one and all.
I loved it. I enjoyed that movie the most. I had such a fun time watching it. It gave me, and I was having the hardest time trying to think of what movie were they trying to make fun of, or what genre, I guess, because like just saying sci-fi, it was like, I don't know, but like so far, I don't got anything. I I feel like this movie could be a standalone movie. I feel like they should make more. Um, I I love the whole message that it was giving throughout the whole show. Where like like you see Gary King, he was trying to relive his glory days. He's literally pushing away the surrealness of life every time his friends try to talk about real like grown up stuff. And then at the end, he gets his ultimate ticket, and then he's like, "Nah, bro, there's only one Gary King." Then he kicks the fucking head and shit. Um, I love the whole thing. It was like circled around literally drinking at 12 fucking bars. And I'm literally here like, man, like the minute they went to number 8, I'm like, yo, they're gonna go to 10. Like, we're almost there. And then I really thought that as soon as he got to 10 and he pulled the lever, I thought he was gonna shut down the network. But what happened anyway was actually great. Like, the whole fuck it situation, which was like, I feel like that's exactly what will happen when aliens come here, because mankind would just make them be like, yo, you know what? It's not even worth it, bro. We'll come back later and blow them up. So yeah, The World's End, my favorite. I love that movie. 5 stars.
AC Facey.
Meh. It was all right. I'm not gonna lie, so that's the first time I ever saw it, and it
You haven't
felt
seen it
very
before?
No, I hadn't. It felt really predictable,
Mm-hmm.
like ridiculously predictable. I think out of all of it, my favorite scene was the first time that he discovered the robot takeover. Basically, is what I called it, because of the bathroom scene. I just thought that was
Mm-hmm.
funny. Like the guy's like, "You don't want to do that. No, trust me, you really don't want to do that." And then it turns into this whole wannabe kung fu fight. And then you get
Mm-hmm.
your head bashed in a mirror, and the next thing you know, you slam him down, and bloop, there goes his head, and you're like, "What the fuck? The fuck just happened?" Like, and then they all come in, like, "Bro, do you not see that this man is decapitated? No, you don't see this. Hi, look down, the man, no head. No, you still don't see this. Okay, keep on rambling. By the way, oh, now you want to see it. Cool."
Yeah, that's the part that got me. It was like as they're when he comes in, what's his name in this one? Andy? Is it Nick Frost? Yeah, he's Andy. When Andy walks in and he's like, "Your mom's not dead." Because okay, in order to get everybody to go to, well, not everybody, but in order to get Andy to go, because Andy's like over it with him, and which is the inverse of the last, or not the last movie of Shaun of the Dead. In Shaun of the Dead, Shaun was like over it with shit, what was his name in that movie? Anyway, Nick Frost, okay? Ed. His name was Ed in that movie. So Shaun was over it with Ed. And in World's End, Andy was over it with fuck, what's his name? I want to call these guys by their actor names because I can remember that. Gary. He was over it with Gary. I thought that was kind of funny. And it was so Andy was over it with him, so he would not have gone. So in order to get him to go on the pub crawl with him, Gary lied and said, Gary lied and was like, "Oh, my mom died a few weeks ago," to try to make him feel sympathy for him. And then, of course, when they're on the pub crawl and Gary goes to the bathroom, he leaves his phone on the table and his phone rings. And Andy picks it up and sees it's his mom. And he has a conversation with her. She is very much not dead. So when he busts into the bathroom, he's pissed because he's like, "You motherfucker. You're like, you lied." And he's like, "Hello, head." He's like not paying attention at all. And he's like, "No, no, no. Stop trying to deny it. Stop trying to change the subject." And he's like, "Okay, forget about what you're saying. Decapitated head." Like, look at it. And the funny thing is, like, the way that they decapitate the heads, or like the way that they're built together, they very much are put together like Barbie dolls, like just like Barbie dolls and Ken dolls. Because if you take the head off of a Barbie or Ken, what's left is what it looks like. It's like the little peg. And it's the same thing with their arms and legs. And it's funny because, like, when you take off the head, the body will still try to fight you. And it's like, but how does it see anything? Like, how does it know where anything is? It's just funny.
No, I thought that was really funny too. And it's funny you say Ken and Barbie dolls. What I thought of, I guess because I'm a boy, I just thought of Legos. Like when I saw that little peg, I was like, "Yo, these people are." I was like, "They're fighting Legos." I was like, "This is great." I was like, "I always knew this day would actually come." And
Hmm.
then, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I would have to say my favorite scene would literally have to be at the end where you see Gary and Andy fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I thought of like cause this is the last one, right? They're not making another Cornetto trilogy and stuff, right? So like the way how I saw it was like in the beginning they're best friends, and at the end of this trilogy is like a whole thing, like, yo, I don't want to be your friend no more, we're not in Shaun of the Dead anymore, man. We're in a whole other movie. I'm tired of your shit, So like that fight, it was like holy shit, because it was like, I mean, like in Hot Fuzz, I forgot his name in Hot Fuzz, but he stabs him, but it's like a fake stab, so that doesn't really count as a fight. But like in the World's End, they like really, really fight. So like I thought that was really cool, and then that heart to heart moment was, I'm a sucker for the heart wrenching heart to heart moments. And then he's literally trying to get a pint of beer, and I'm like, bro, just let him have it. Like we're already here. Like to me, that didn't make any sense. I was like, bro, like we made it. Like I get it. We lost all our friends along the way, but like at least let him have the cup. Like let him chug it down. Let him feel happy, and then beat his ass. 100%.
He wouldn't let him have the beer because in the pub before, the guy had told them how they get replicated, and it's they take your DNA from having you drink. So that's what, like, the fact that the when he walked in and the beer was sitting there ready to go, that was Like the beer's sitting there ready to go, meaning they wanted to get him to drink it so that they could get his DNA so that they could replace him. That's why when he came in, he knocked the glass out of his hand because they would have used that to replace him.
Yeah, but he just went to like 11 other bars. They didn't have that DNA from those other cups. Oh no, they actually break all the cups in every bar.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Actually, and not in like, oh, I'm gonna break this cup. Like it was weird, like weird ways. Like I remember one, like Gary broke his cup when he saw the three omelet chicks. I don't know their real names,
Did
but
what?
remember when he was in the club or he was in that pub when they were dancing, and then he saw the three girls in the schoolgirl uniforms. He broke his cup then. Um, Nah, they didn't break every cup. Yeah, that didn't
Oh,
make any sense.
Marmalade.
Yeah, yeah. When they saw him, they broke the cup then. But when he fought those younger people in the bathroom for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't break their cups.
No.
They didn't break their cups then. So they would have had their DNA already, which they kind of show that by showing the younger version of himself. But so yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. Just let him have a cup. Let him drink, man. He's sad. He's insane. Like, and I thought he was dying, to be honest. Like, I don't know if that's what you guys thought too when you guys were watching it for the first time, but I thought he was dying. I was like, bro, this dude got cancer. Like, that's why he brought up the cancer. But no, he was just insane.
He wasn't insane. He was suicidal.
Oh, yeah,
That's what he meant at the end when he said it's the only thing I have left. And that was when that's why he didn't show his wrist because he
yeah.
had tried to slit his wrist. Well, he had slit his wrist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. When they were all showing off their scars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we by the way, can we talk about about that story? Like when Gary left Andy? Brolic as fuck. Could you forgive Ace if Ace was to just ditch you like that?
What story?
When they were driving and then Andy got into the accident and then Gary ditched him. Like
He
I
was
mean,
drunk and he was drunk and
yeah,
he went off. Like he didn't know what he was doing. He basically so yeah, okay, the accident they were in, he got into so Gary got, something happened with Gary.
yeah,
Yeah, I realize what he's talking about. These something happened with Gary. So then so then Andy was drunk, but he felt like he needed to drive him to the hospital. So he went drunk driving, got into an accident because he was drunk driving, trying to get Gary to the hospital. And then Gary pops up okay and storms off into the night. And that's what pissed off Andy so much that he was just like done with him. And after that accident, Andy never drank again until they realized that like aliens were taking over the world. Yeah.
yeah. That's what's a better way to bring friends together than aliens coming. But nah, yeah, like that should be crazy. Like, how would you feel if that situation was like you and Ace and Ace just like dipped? Like, could you forgive Ace? Or and vice versa, definitely. Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Me, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. Me, if that was my best friend, and we get into that shit exactly as that happened, bro. I don't care if your life was shit or not, bro. Like that's wild. You know, like your life was shit, but I was gonna drive you while I was fucked up to the hospital. My man, you could have at least dragged me to the hospital, bro, or something.
Well,
Yeah,
he
that's
was
just
also super wasted.
yeah, true. But even so, I would like to think that even in my most intoxicated moment, I wouldn't want to abandon my friends or my family members or people that I love and care for. That's wild. That's scary to like imagine to sober up and to feel like, like, and then again, that's probably why he probably committed suicide, like, yo, I'm a bum, bro.
Attempted.
Andy, yeah, attempted suicide, like having the dude that looked up to you, worshiped the grounds you walked in, and then you letting him down, that's worse than even letting your own kids down or even equal to, you know? That must be crazy.
Hmm. Ace. Okay. Um. So now that we've talked about all three of them individually, what did you think of the trilogy?
I definitely loved it. I loved how it wasn't connected. I love how you're actually proving me wrong in a lot of these things when I get my first impressions of these movies, except for Cruel Intentions. But for all the other ones, definitely. Like I think of my first impressions, I'm like, oh man, this movie's gonna be this, or this trilogy is gonna be this, and I ended up really kind of enjoying it. I liked how they kind of sticked together. Like the story, kind of like it was pretty out there and crazy, but it kind of stuck with friendship. Bigger ambitions, driving in, like like they had fun with it, but they still struck home with a real cool message. For the longest time, I had no idea why it was called the Cornetto Trilogy until right now. So you started this show. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. How and did the director name it that, or did the fans name it that?
I don't know where that name came from. Oh, I mean, I don't know who did that, but I don't know. I don't know who named it.
Oh
I think
well,
it's the
whoever.
I think it's the writers and directors.
That's clever as fuck.
So it's
I like
Simon
that.
Pegg and Sean. I keep wanting to say Sean. Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright.
Wow, yeah, nah, that's clever as hell to name a trilogy like that. That's pretty fucking dope. And it's probably because, like, like if you really think about it, they probably had a three movie contract deal with Universal. And they were probably like, yo, like instead of us making a bunch of like story connecting trilogies like everyone else, let's just make a bunch of three random ass movies connected in some weird ass way, name it a fucking trilogy, shit on trilogies that way as we shit on other movies. I think that shit is ingenious.
Okay, I found out. The name originates from a silly joke during the production of Hot Fuzz. Wright had written in Cornetto ice cream as a hangover cure for Frost's character in Shaun of the Dead, based on his own experiences. At the after party for the film, they received free Cornetto ice cream, so Wright and Pegg decided to include another reference to Cornetto in their next film, and a failed attempt to get more free ice cream. And Hot Fuzz, Wright included a couple of brief throwaway scenes that referred to the Cornetto joke in Shaun. The promotional tour of Hot Fuzz during promotion of on the promotional tour of Hot Fuzz during production of The World's End, one interviewer pointed out the use of Cornetto in the first two films, and Wright jokingly said that they represent a trilogy comparable to Krzysztof Kieslowski's The Three Colors film trilogy. Wright seriously considered the three films as a trilogy and wrote The World's End to complete themes set out in the earlier films, adding a Cornetto reference to the film. Each film in the trilogy is connected to a specific Cornetto flavor appearing in each film. Shaun of the Dead features a strawberry flavored Cornetto, which signifies the film's bloody and gory elements. Hot Fuzz includes the blue original Cornetto to signify the police element to the film, and The World's End features the green mint chocolate chip flavor, though shown only by a wrapper caught in the wind, representing little green men and science fiction. According to Wright, Wall's manufacturer of the Cornetto was very pleased with the name check. Wright considered each of the films a Trojan horse, genre films that have relationship comedy smuggled inside a zombie movie, a cop movie, and a sci-fi movie. Thematically, Wright saw each of the films containing common themes of the individuals in a collective about growing up and the dangers of perpetual adolescence. Wright reworked the script of The World's End to conclude on those themes. The films are further linked by a common set of actors. Wright, Park, Pegg, and Frost collaborated previously in the TV series Spaced from 1999 to 2001. Martin Freeman, Bill Nighy, Rafe Spall, Julia Deakin, Patricia Franklin, and Garth Jennings appear in each of the films, as well as other projects by Wright and Pegg. Clark Collins observes in the Entertainment Weekly that the films also feature a running gag involving garden fences. I called it! The garden fences. You gotta jump over them. Anywho. Yeah, so there are several actors that are in all of the films. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. 7 actors are in all of the films. And then there are 4 more actors that are in 2 of the films. And then 3 more actors that are in 2 of the films with different films. So 7 actors are in all of the films, and then 7 actors that are in just 2. So that's where they got it.
Wow, that's pretty dope. Yeah, I enjoyed the trilogy as a whole. I like it. I want to do more research on that. What did you say? Colors Red and Blue trilogy?
Yeah, so Shaun of the Dead is red to represent the blood. Hot
Mm-hmm.
Fuzz is blue to represent the police, and World's End is green for little green men.
All right, dope. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Yeah, I enjoyed this trilogy. It was pretty dope. Thank you guys for showing it to me.
Cool. Ace?
Da 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 da.
I knew it was going to be something like that. I knew it was going to be something like that. Do you have anything to say? Not sing.
No.
Why
Not
did you
in
sound like a
particular.
cat meowing when you did that?
I don't know. Cat and dog are fighter though.
Oh, well, there you go. Anything about this trilogy as a whole? Why did I sound like that when I said the word whole? What the hell's going on?
No, I don't have anything to say about it in particular. I just know that the 2 main characters in the 2 main actors in all the movies, I think they have great chemistry overall. I'm actually kind of glad that they work together. Wouldn't mind seeing more movies with both of them together with that same fucked up sense of humor.
They're in the movie Paul together. It's not an Edgar Wright Simon Pegg film, but it's a Nick Frost Simon Pegg film. Like those 2 wrote it, and it has a different director. Edgar Wright doesn't direct it, but it's still Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. The regular cast of characters, everybody else, is not there. Instead, you get Seth Rogen, and it's goofy as hell, but you still get to see the 2 of them together. It's not part of the Cornetto Trilogy, but it's just those 2 on film. I see a mini me. What?
No, you missed it. I just got a whole spiel from her. What did you say, Elias?
What movie was that again, Jackie? You was just mentioning
Paul.
Paul. All right, I gotta put that on my list.
It's about an alien. Like I said, it's not part of the Cornetto Trilogy. It's just another movie that features Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And it's not directed by Edgar Wright or co-written by Edgar Wright. It's written by Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg also wrote a Star Trek movie.
Wow.
I don't do Trekkie shit.
Trekkie shit? Oh my goodness.
I don't. No offense to Trekkies out there. My mom ruined anything Trekkie for me when I was a kid. My mom used to be a Trekkie, even though she'll deny it to this day. I can't stand Star Trek.
Why does she deny it?
To be honest, I think my mom's losing her memory. I'm thinking that she's starting to show early signs of dementia, which runs in the family, sadly.
I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, I'll definitely watch Paul. I think I've heard of that before. Or I'm probably thinking of the Apostle. But I'll check it out. I got Peacock now.
I'm trying to see his role as a writer, but he's got a lot of movies to get through to get there. Jeez, he's even done video games.
What
Uh,
video games?
Fable 3, Spare Parts, Star Trek, Star Wars Battlefront, Bespin.
Uh,
He was an
Fable
Archer? Who
3.
was he an Archer?
Who is this again?
Simon Pegg. He was in the Clone Wars? What the hell was he in the Clone Wars? Okay. That's blowing my mind.
I feel like everybody has a cameo in Star Wars now.
He's in all the Mission Impossible movies, all the Star Trek movies. He was in Star Wars, Clone Wars. This dude gets around. Where?
Oh, that's cool. He plays Scotty.
Yeah, he plays Scotty in
Wonderful.
Star Trek. He also wrote
Never gonna
Star
watch
Trek.
it. He was in Mission Impossible 7. I hate Mission Impossible.
He's in
I'm sorry. He's in Mission Impossible 7. I hate Mission
He's in
Impossible.
all the Mission Impossible
was
movies.
Scotty.
I hate Mission Impossible.
You hate anything.
I would have
Finn.
never known. No, I just really don't like the main person who became the center of Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, can't stand the motherfucker. Don't know why. I like his old shit. Don't like any of his new shit.
Jackie, do you hear the heartbeat again?
Yes.
That's funny. Me too.
All I hear is somebody hitting their mic.
That was me. That was me. But
Oh, I forgot. He was also in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He was Unkar Plutt. But
He was
I
in
didn't.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, he's in Ready Player One. Everybody was in Ready Player One.
I feel like everybody was in it, but I didn't know that he was in it.
Yeah. I'm trying to find his writing credits. Why do I hear an echo?
let me see if it's me.
I guess I'll just go through IMDb to find it. Okay, here we go. Trying to find his writing credits. So, filmography as a writer. He has written everything. 6 Pairs of Pants, which is a TV series, a British TV series. Asylum, also a British TV series. Steve Coogan, The Man Who Thinks He's It, which is a video documentary. Spaced, which is a TV show where he met everybody from the Cornetto Trilogy. Big Train. He wrote Shaun of the Dead. The Man Who Would Be Sean, which is a video short. Simon's Cam, which is a video documentary short. Plot Holes. What happened to Sean when he ran off? I kind of want to see that. Plot Holes. What happened to Diane when she left the Winchester? Plot Holes. How did Ed get from the cellar to the shed? Funky Pete. Edgar and Simon's Flip Chart. Oh, I've seen that. It was funny. Okay, Fun Dead. Danger, 50,000 Zombies, which is a short. Free Jimmy, which is a UK screenplay. Hot Fuzz. Comic Relief 2007, the big one. Run, Fat Boy, Run. Spaced, which is a TV movie that he was a creator of. Paul, the movie I was telling you about. The World's End. Star Trek Beyond. Truth Seekers, which is a TV series he wrote 8 episodes of. Au revoir, Chris Hemsworth. What? I have to see this. And then, yeah, then after that, it's his acting. So he's written quite a few things. He has 25 writing credits.
But he produced Slaughterhouse Rules. That's funny.
A city full of beauty, love, music, and brutal trash talk. Join the Palms team in saying au revoir, Chris Hemsworth. Okay. And it was directed by Simon Pegg. The writers are Palm Clementif and Simon Pegg. Stars Palm Clementif, Tom Cruise, Rebecca Ferguson. Basically the cast of Mission Impossible. Why are they saying au revoir, Chris Hemsworth? I just think it's funny that when you look at the cast of this movie, there's no Chris Hemsworth. It's Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Tom Cruise, and Palm Clementif. I kind of want to see this. Where is it? Show me this movie.
It's in French.
No, it's in English.
No, the original details. It was in French. Who actually would watch this shit? Jackie would actually.
I would.
Shit.
Of course. Oh man, there's no synopsis. Damn it. I still watch it. What is it? I need to find this. Damn you. What are the user reviews? Genius. One of the best things I've seen in 2020. Well directed, amusing lyrics, and a surprise ending. Mantis just became 7,000% more cool than Industry. Well done, Palm and Simon. How much you want to bet that was written by one of them? Oh, yes, it says language French. Okay, I still want to see it. Where is it? I need to see it. Au revoir, Chris Hemsworth.
She's never going to give up. It's only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes long.
Then why can't I see it right now? Like, just let me watch it. Let me do it. Give it to me. What the hell? It's only 3 minutes. I would love to watch that multiple times. Let's do this. Anywho. Okay.
All right then.
So, anything else on the Cornetto Trilogy? Before we move on.
Batman.
All right. So, tomorrow, the movie is Death Becomes Her, which is a really funny movie. And I'm probably going to have to watch tonight because I won't have time to watch tomorrow between work and streaming. Fun times. So, all right. Any last words? I'm not going to go the full 2 hours today. Life's too short or too long. I think it's personally too long, but whatever. Anyway, I'm sure we all have shit to do. Any last words on these three films?
No, I'm just waiting to see if Elias gets the whole reference that we were talking about for the first movie with Death Becomes Her.
Probably. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I do think that we should find a place that has 12 bars, drink 12 pints, and make it to World's End for the great Gary King.
I mean, Gary King didn't die. He lived at the end of the movie.
Are you?
Did you find it?
The fuck? Hold on.
Did you find it? If you found it, you have to share. Like, you are contractually obligated.
I don't know. Like, you could tell this has something to do with it. It's allegedly a trailer, but I don't see how a trailer can be almost as long as the actual 3-minute films. So,
are you on YouTube? You went to YouTube, didn't you?
Fuck yeah, I went to YouTube.
Of course, I went to YouTube.
Some stupid ass shit. I just want to say this out loud.
You think your balls are the greatest, but I'm going to smack your bottom. Give up your fantasy, Christopher. Your musculature is... Oh, man. Your hammer is teeny tiny. I am the best of the Avengers. Falcon is just a fat pigeon? What? Oh, my God. My team is the best. Yours is all just amateurs and a trope of phallus tips. I'm going to make you... I went too fast. You'll be extremely embarrassed, like when Captain America accidentally posts an intimate photograph. Oh. Goodness me, you're incapable of victory. Your hair is gold like wheat. Your abs are coiled steel. And I'd like you to call me baby. But I will never be your doll. And I'm afraid I am no Barbie, even though you look like Ken. Little kangaroo thinks that he will win, but he will be violently made love to. I have Aaron Rodgers fighting for me. He's an athlete, not a weenie actor. Your beginner's luck won't last for long. You'll go run into your mom. You think you were a giant, but now you are a loser. You will feel no bigger than stop.
They really blurred out the penis of a sculpture.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. I love it. And in the end, it's the Mission Impossible team. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. It's hilarious.
That was some stupid ass shit.
It was so funny.
Do just have to say that to just do a quick shameless plug. She mentioned Aaron Rodgers. We did speak about him last week on VOP's Sports Talk with LJ. But yeah, other than that, that entire video was that trailer, Ace? Yeah, that music video trailer was yeah, that was something. I feel bad for Chris Hemsworth.
So okay, I know what it was actually. It was fantasy football trash talk. I think this had to do with the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers did this thing where everybody that played any Marvel character like ever that was in the Marvel universe, they could like not okay, the MCU Marvel universe. They were trash talking each other for charity. And so that video was one of those trash talking events for charity. Ryan Reynolds did one where he just ate cookies over and over and over again. It was literally 1 minute of him eating cookies on a loop.
Oddly enough, I would watch this shit just because Ryan Reynolds is hot, but that's just me.
It was funny. I'm gonna see if I can find it. It was so goofy. I don't remember who it was to though. Because it was like a trash talking thing. Was it Hugh Jackman? Might have been Hugh Jackman. I don't remember. There it is. You type in Ryan Reynolds eating and it's like Ryan Reynolds eating cookie. It was Robert Downey Jr. That's what it was. He was eating a cookie of Robert Downey Jr.'s face. So here, I will share it because it's funny.
Part of the Agbo Superhero Fantasy Football League. I'm playing for Sacred Hearts, which is a rehabilitation from substance abuse issues place. Crazy about that. We're up against Ryan Reynolds this week, and I'm not a smack talker. I'm not going to say, Ryan, eat my pig skin or any of that stuff. Honestly, I'm praying for you. I wish you the best of luck. We'll see you on the field, my brother. We're all in this together.
For those who can't hear, it's literally just a picture of Ryan Reynolds. Well, it's a video of Ryan Reynolds eating a cookie with Robert Downey Jr.'s face on it.
A sugar cookie, of all things.
And you just shove the whole thing in his mouth. He's not saying anything, just looking at the camera. Oh, here's another picture. Here's another cookie. So yeah. Touche.
Oh, did you see what the next video was?
Oh, it's the Russo brothers explaining it. Yeah. You want to play? You want to see that?
I really don't care. I'm just confused why they did all this, but you said it's for charity, so be it.
From ESPN.
I suggested by the commissioner of the league, Guillermo will do the nuts and bolts of it.
Guillermo Lozano here, your commissioner.
Sounds like a deal.
And we came up with the idea to have a charity league called the
Agbo
Superhero
Fantasy Football League. Agbo. Really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Anyway.
Agbo is the film and TV studio founded by my brother and myself. And the Superhero League is where we pit superheroes head-to-head in fantasy football action in order to raise money for the charity of each player's choice.
Robert Downey Jr. I'll be playing for the Footprint Coalition.
I am playing for my charity, Mikey's Line.
The Sick Kids Foundation Canada.
You can only be in the league if you have appeared in a superhero movie.
I actually cast you in Endgame just so we could start the Agbo Superhero Fantasy.
Hand over the case, Star.
No actor in the world has a higher per movie average in box office than me.
You got a mean swing.
Speaking of great actors, we've got last year's returning champion, Chris Hemsworth. Barry, that's humiliating for us, an Aussie.
I don't even know the rules to the American football or fantasy football or whatever the hell you call it, yet I'm still the champion. When I do the math there, I realize you suck.
Oh!
Take that, Reynolds.
You know he's Deadpool, right?
He's which one?
Let the trash talking begin.
Karen is a dolphin humping.
Good luck to you. As long as Chris Evans loses, it's all good.
That guy.
I'm excited to beat America's ass.
That is America's ass.
I don't know if you've been in a fight before, but there's usually not this much talking.
Mackie, you're a son of a bitch.
She is hardcore.
Elizabeth Huggy Bear Olsen. This is what I thought of your roster.
That's the only person on your team that scores anything.
This year, we have upped the ante significantly. FanDuel has generously donated $1.25 million to make a larger impact on the incredible charities and organizations that we're all playing for.
See you out there on the field.
I look forward to it, and good luck to everybody here.
Somebody peed my pants.
Walk it off.
My favorite part is you realize he's Deadpool, right? Wait, he's which one?
Yeah, I think she had roasted she had, like, melted down Spider-Man, and they waited till it was melted to say he's in the wrong character.
Bro, really? Like, you just, okay. It's all right, Tink. You'll get it.
Yeah. So that was what so Au revoir, Chris Hemsworth was for that. So it was really fun trash talks. Like, so people would trash talk anybody. Like, as you saw, there was Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Reynolds, Paul Rudd, Elizabeth Olsen, Anthony Mackie, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Evans did it too. He just wasn't as mean. It was a bunch of people that were like Tom Holland, a bunch of actors. And I don't know if you guys caught it at the end of Robert Downey Jr.'s, but when he was talking to Reynolds, he said, "Eat me." That's why Reynolds was eating a cookie. And it was,
you said to do it, shit.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when he released it, he literally just released 1 minute of him just eating Robert Downey Jr. cookies. Never said a word in the whole video. It was hilarious. And then people were like, "Hey, loop it!" So he did, because he did it like around Christmas time, and people were like, "Yo, loop it!" Like how at Christmas time, like Christmas songs are like looped into like a playlist. People to do that, so he did. He did like a full hour. It's hilarious. You can sit there and watch a YouTube video of Ryan Reynolds just eating Robert Downey Jr. cookies for an hour. It's funny. So, anywho.
I love his sense of humor.
Yes. He's completely insane, which is why it's awesome.
Which is why it works out with all of his characters, like legit. Like his sense of humor matches his character. So let me phrase that: his characters match his sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah. That's why he's really good as Deadpool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Final thoughts, y'all.
Elias, the man of mystery.
Cornetto Trilogy is cool. I'm gonna make my own Checkers trilogy.
Okay. AC Facey, aka Cinnamon Sorceress. I love how it actually looked like you were looking at me when you did it like that. Because I'm on that side.
Nope, now I just really want to watch some Ryan Reynolds, but now I gotta watch Death Becomes Her again. Yes.
I mean, you have time to watch it tomorrow. You can watch Ryan Reynolds tonight. Are you gonna watch Deadpool?
I don't know if I want to watch Deadpool, Deadpool 2, or if I want to watch him in Blade 3.
Ooh, Blade 3 Ryan Reynolds is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Very
get
good.
I want to get the version of Deadpool 2 where he's got Fred Savage and they're doing the Princess Bride thing. I want to get that one. The re-release, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. If we can get that, awesome. All right. So, that being said, y'all have fun. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about Death Becomes Her, which is really funny. It is on HBO Max, so check it out. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.